Hi, it's Justice Now, and this is going to be part 2 of workplace mobbing, part 14. So this is going to be the part B to part 14 of workplace mobbing, the duality of anger. So I was discussing about what anger can do to benefit you, in which it will energize you, propel you to change your situation, encourage you to, and actually enable you to look for solutions through policies and procedures and other means. So the energy of anger can also benefit you immensely, especially if it helps you to get an exit strategy by finding another job, or getting funding for additional schooling for another career that you choose to go into that you've always been interested in. Or it might even propel you to work for yourself. So in terms of anger, much like anything else in this universe and on this earth, they serve a dual purpose. Some of the targets may be so browbeaten and so beaten down because the perpetrators, they do not quit. That's why they enlist people. They enlist people because they know that they don't have enough energy by themselves to sustain the ambush and onslaught and terrorism that they continue to induce on their targets. So that's why they enlist other people to continuously provoke you. And the other thing that they do is when they enlist other people, then it makes it harder to pinpoint who is doing the terrorism. For management, at least, it's harder for them to pinpoint. They usually tend to take on the perception that it's one person that's doing this, as opposed to a group of people engaging in this terroristic activity. And it's a tough situation. It's really a tough situation to be in. Literally, you're questioning your reality. You're questioning your perceptions. And some people like to say that, this is a test of faith in oneself, a test of, a test in how strong you are. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't accredit it, the experience, in that manner. What it is, it's violence. It's psychological violence, in some cases physical violence, emotional violence. It's violation. One of the violations in the extremes, because it is hard to isolate where the attacks are coming from, or even why this is going on. So I'm going to encourage you to suspend the why. I'm going to encourage you to stay in the present. Because when you stay in the present, that's when it will enable you to problem solve. And I'm going to encourage you to stay in the present through meditation, by developing your own plan. Avoid looking to the perpetrators for validation. You're not going to get it. Avoid expecting to try and find a resolution. When you're trying to find a resolution, you're just chasing after a hope. You're chasing after an infected hope. For some targets, they think that if they keep trying, so, if they try to befriend them, or if they try to, change, or they try to stay more quiet to the point that they become non-existent, they think that the situation's going to change. It will not. The situation will not change. The only time that the situation will change is if there is a stronger force that will stop the perpetrators, which is often not the case, because unfortunately more people like to join the collective in doing torment to others, which is sickening. And again, people will fear that they're going to be targeted next. So they're certainly not going to stop the momentum. So then you need to find resolution within yourself and for yourself. You have to recognize you're not going to find a resolution, because if you find a resolution, that stops the insanity, right? That will stop the pain. That will bring about peace. That will bring about serenity to you. And they want none of this for you. They just want to keep up the torment. So by finding a resolution, well, number one, really, you need to come to terms with acceptance. Through the anger, eventually you come to the terms of acceptance. You begin to accept what these perpetrators really are. And these perpetrators are paranoid freaks whose best days are tormenting people. And then you got to really look at your character and find out, do I fit in, or do I want to fit in with paranoid freaks whose best days are tormenting people? I know I don't. When you make that comparison between yourself, your authentic self, and what you're up against, you begin to recognize, you know what, I'm better being me than being them. And then by determining that you're going to make your own resolution, that gives control back to you. However, you got to make sure that when you're making your resolution, you're making it to the benefit of you. Committing suicide is not a benefit. Overeating is not a benefit. That brings about ailments of diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, heart disease, and many other ailments, cancer, things of that nature. You don't want to do this through alcoholism. That brings cirrhosis of the liver. I mean, and you certainly don't want to take it in externally and end up murdering or killing them, because I mean that not only will it also harm your psyche even more, and taking of a life, regardless of how much they provoke, is never acceptable. But it also harms your psyche even more. And then all the lies that they've said about you are permanently placed onto you. When you look at disgruntled employees, they don't look at the fact that these people have been mobbed. They only look at the fact of what they did. They don't look at the cause, they just look at the effect. So then they're stuck with the stereotype of, this person had a mental disorder, this person was disgruntled, this person was just downright not the right fit for this company because they just didn't deserve to be there. And then look at what they did. Right? when, by all accounts, many who've engaged in, say, workplace shooting were innocent victims at one point, and they were targeted. And then this was the result. So definitely would not want to go down that road, and would strongly suggest not to do so. By finding your own resolution is finding your own exit strategy. You need to build momentum with this so that you feel stronger and more confident in yourself. That means facing some real truths. Recognizing that these people are trying to alter your perception of yourself. They're trying to minimize your existence. They're trying to destroy your confidence. And you need to shore up your image of yourself, that you believe in you, and that you love you to the point that you're not going to deal with the abuse anymore. And anger, when used in a beneficial way, can help you get out of that situation of being constantly terrorized in the workplace. If you find that you need someone to talk to, you can always write in the comments, leave your email and the particulars of what you wish to, leave your email, and I will respond. If you need someone with a live voice to talk to, and you don't have close family or friends because you're isolated, then reach out to the distress centers. They're free 24-hour crisis lines. Reach out to them. Speak to somebody. You don't have to endure this alone, and you're not alone. There are many others that are going through it, and we need to support each other. With the emotion of anger, choose wisely. I will have another video set up for part 15. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one, but stay tuned. Take care.